Suite CLI demo and the Microservices-Suite framework. So, well, the Microservices-Suite framework helps you build your microservices and scale them in development and CI. And the Suite CLI itself is the monorepo manager and command line interface that runs on macOS, Linux, and Windows. And it helps you like easily scaffold our monorepos and then manage them throughout your development development life cycle, giving you good developer experience. So to start a new project, you just need to run suite suite generate, and then this command will give you options to create a new monorepo. Now, how to install Suite? You simply need to check our documentation for guidelines. So we'll say we need to start a new mono repository, and then let's call this the demo repo. This is our initial project, and then for the APIs, we're going to use REST and GraphQL protocols. And then let's choose a web server. We'll take Nginx. And then the license, we're going to use the default ISC. If you wish, you can select the MIT as well. Now, for the initial service, you could go with the default or else specify. So let me specify, like I would like to start a user service, and then let's run this at port 9001. Now, this is gonna scaffold a new mono repository. Now, you do this if you do not have a mono repository already initialized. So this will be your maiden command to run. So this allows you to use Suite CLI to manage your mono repository going forward throughout the development life cycle. So what it's doing right now is trying to scaffold that mono repository, and then again generate all the boilerplates you need, like creating the server, initializing our broker, and then generating our routes controller or our MCS architecture. So that is what is happening in the background right now. So by the end of this, you'll have a ready to go mono repository with one service that is ready to listen on port 901 9001 in our local host. So yeah, basically this is how easy it is to use Suite. And then this is just the first series, introductory, like you getting to know what you're supposed to do. So this is the first, very first step you'll ever do, and you only need to do this once. If you have a reason why you want to generate many mono repositories, then yeah, you could suit yourself. Otherwise, you just ever need at least you need at least one mono repository, and maybe that would be enough throughout if you want to have your project live within one repository, because essentially that's the purpose of mono repositories. So basically, Suite uses the MCS architecture. Now it's already done. We can copy this starter command, because we're gonna run it when we cd into the demo repo. For me, I'm just gonna open it straight with code, Visual Studio, and then you'll see what we have. Initially, you'll find I told you we already have some boilerplate, and this is the boilerplate. So we have microservices directory. This is where all your services are gonna live. So initially we created user service. We defined that as our starter service, and you can see we already have the even node modules installed, and it comes with Git already initialized in it. So yeah, let's try running that service, and we see what happens if we are able to connect to the server. So, and you see it's already found the microservices directory, so meaning the generation was successful. And with the logs, you can see that we have a user service connected to localhost 901 port, and then as well connected to MongoDB, the user dev DB. So when you run Suite start vanilla version like this, without specifying the environment, it defaults to dev. but you can specify the environment as well for production cases, and then or other environments you want to run. We have flags. You can just run suite help to get the flags, the possible flags. And then we have, you see the third log is showing us that we are already connected to at least our queuing service, so meaning we have a broker out of the box ready to use with just a few lines of code. So for this, to try it out, we can listen, we can try hit this endpoint, and you see, yeah, we already have like this message from demo repo. And now we need to try something here. Let us create some more services, because our microservices is gonna show how we can be able to consume more services, or how we generate more services and integrate them together. So maybe after user service you might need notification. So let me just say need notification service. Yeah, let's listen on port 902. We need another service, and let this be maybe payments. And then yeah, we have 3 services so far, and if you look under our microservices directory, you see the services are here. Now to run these services, you can run them simultaneously by just passing the names, and then in a space separated format. And here we go. Now we have all the services up and connected to the dev environments, as you can see, and they're listening at the specified queues. So these services are already running and ready to be consumed. Now when we open our Thunder client, we can try hit some of those endpoints already. Yeah, I had demoed before in another place, so we can try hit one of our services. At 901 we have the user service, so this should be fine. We can try I mean, we don't need the body here, right? So we could just clear the body. We don't need it. So when we fetch, you see there's no data, but we can try create something here, and you'll see it is gonna, if you're not gonna pass, yeah, so the validation kicks in, telling you that the name path is required. So that is, I think, all that we ever need, honestly, for creating a user. So let me just call this user demo user. Okay, demo user. Okay, and that's it. We have a demo user, and now we can fetch some of those users, and you can see the logs are coming through in the specified service. So if we were to just maybe hide that, and then we call, and you see now we are able to fetch. Now this is just the user service. We can also hit another endpoint. This is endpoint 3, and that was notifications. Okay, yeah, I've demoed before many times, so kindly bear with me. And then again the same thing, we don't need any payloads. It's telling us there's no notifications at port 903. That could be because 903 we do not have. Let's see where notification is listening from. Okay, sorry for that. Let us check the server. So our server is listening from one port. Oh, okay, it's here, 902. Yeah, so we are hitting the wrong port. The port is 902. Now if we fetch, you see there's no data from notifications, but we can create a notification, and we can pass a name because we require that. So let's just say we need, yeah, let me just call this notification 1, right? And then that's it. We can fetch some notifications, and you see you have some notifications already. So this is how you use this. Now to use the broker service, we can demo that real quick by just going to one of the services. I would call this the user service. Okay. Yeah, so maybe I'll show you this in the next video. Yeah, we have the broker already listening, so you can hit it and you can see how it's able to publish to a queue. And yeah, so basically this is the beauty about our service. Maybe in the next time I'm gonna show you how to, so maybe we can go further and show you how you can create an application. So let me just say suite generate, and then when you do this, you're gonna have an option to generate an application, and then let's call this maybe Uber, and then you're building an Uber app, let's assume. Okay, see, it tells you to choose the services that you need to go with the Uber app. So when you're building your app, you must know the services that you want to make up your app. So you kind of do this cherry picking. Say we just want users and payment, no notifications. Yeah. So when you come to gateways, you'll find that under apps we have an app called Uber, and to showcase maybe uh, how Suite applications work, we can generate one last one, and let's call this Bolt, or maybe e-commerce man. We have one Uber, I mean, hey, car hailing, so let's do an e-commerce and say, yeah, we need all of those services. So for us, under apps, we now have two applications. One is an e-commerce app, another one is an Uber app. And you can see it's already generated our Nginx configuration, Docker Compose, and and it's already generated a directory for our where because we run apps using Docker Compose. Now this directory is where your DB is gonna maintain its data. So now let me just show you how to start an application. This one, you just need to run start, and then you define the app flag, and then you say we want to run Uber for that case, and bro, there you go. It's gonna start all apps in dev mode, because again we haven't specified the mode, so it will default to dev, and it's trying to actually run the app using Docker Compose. So if your Docker is not running, it will try to spin Docker in the background. Yeah, now here it's as though Docker took so much time to initialize, so forgive us for that. So it broke because it couldn't continue find the daemon in time. So you just need to run the second time, and yeah, because now Docker is up, it will start building the image and package this for you. Now the only problem we will find here is we need to publish this. We need to publish some libraries in the shared folder, because those libraries that are needed might not be found upstream. So this is the next thing I'll be showing you, because it's very crucial, a crucial step, and the only step that is gonna stop your application from running inside the Docker Compose. So let it just run so that it breaks, and you'll appreciate why you need to publish to npm, or if it's GitHub, because remember, up to now we haven't published anything, we haven't sent anything up to GitHub, so we haven't even made our first commit, so we have these changes to commit already. So but even before you make your initial commit, you have a bunch of code to commit already and a working server. So how beautiful. That just show you how it's easy to build your applications using our framework. So I hope you enjoy Suite CLI, and let me know what you think in our comments about this framework and the command line interface. Thank you guys. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about.